very good afternoon. Welcome to News Blitz on Ztn. I'm Blessing Munatsi. Thanks so much for joining us. Here's a look at our top stories. Politicians accused of fueling voter apathy. Builder accomplices in 100,000 United States dollars heist. Burst water pipes leave Harare residents thirsty. And in sports, boxing promoter Mau Mau urges Chiwandire to keep it cool. Zimbabwe's political parties have been accused of fueling voter apathy, especially amongst the youth, through misinformation. This was said by Zimbabwe Electoral Commission spokesperson Jasper Mangwana while addressing a workshop on what needs to be done to encourage youth participation in electoral processes. ZTN correspondent Takuja Bakwe gives us an update from the conference.
Well, good afternoon. I can tell you that it's been a very explosive afternoon here at the Crown Plaza Hotel, where youth from different political parties were engaging to discuss on issues to do with the participation of young people in elections in Zimbabwe. One thing that was standing out from most of the presentations that came through from political parties such as ZANU-PF, Citizens Coalition for Change, MDCT, was the fact that there is voter apathy amongst the youth. They allude to the fact that most young people are not educated on issues to do with the electoral process. They feel that at times there's nothing for them when they go to vote, and there's also an issue of some youth being labeled as gullible. These were issues that were being raised by the political players who were sitting on the high table there in the discussion. However, the spokesperson for the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, Commissioner Mangwana, had a different opinion to it. He says that the political parties themselves have themselves to blame for the lack of participation of young people in the electoral process, because they are misinforming the youth and telling the youth that the ZEC is failing, and yet ZEC is not capacitated to do certain things. So these were some of the issues that were rising here at the debate or the workshop that was being held by 4H, a non-governmental organization, on focusing on the participation of young people in the electoral process in Zimbabwe. Here's what the commissioner was saying when he was addressing the delegates here.
Number two, one issue I also want to raise to you is that there seems to be a lot of voter apathy amongst the youth. And I'll tell you my opinion. Because you are the same people who want to be voted for. One day you go to the same constituency and say, go and register to vote and vote for me. You go back to that same constituency and say your vote is rigged. Do you expect that young person will take you serious? Do you really think that young person, under normal circumstances, will then go to a Zimbabwe electoral officer, a registration officer, and say, I have come to register to vote? When you, who wants to be voted, you go there and say, Z is rigged. And if either you go and vote, Z will still rig you. So there's no reason for young people to come in and register to vote.
Zimbabwe's capital, Harare, can be considered to be one of the most water-stressed parts of the country. From burst water pipes to dirty water, residents have to rely on alternative sources. The affluent have either sunk boreholes or are relying on purchases from bulk water suppliers. The latest residents to be affected are those from city's eastern suburbs following a fault at Letombo pipeline. Repairs are expected to go on for at least a week, and areas to be affected include Mavuku, Greendale, Rua and Mbare. Our correspondent Munashe Mkhahlera was at the scene and spoke to Harare's Principal Communication Officer, Michael Chideme.
There is going to be a lot of earth moving. It's a huge pipe, 1.5 meters high. In fact, in diameter, it's 1.5 meters in diameter. So it's a very huge pipe. So we will need to mobilize a lot of our resources to come here and make sure this pipe is restored. So maybe we ask our residents in those suburbs now if they are still getting water. Yes, there are some that are still getting water, but maybe in drips and drops, to preserve that water, use it sparingly until we are done with the repairs here. But for Harare Hospital, we have designed a mechanism where we will be taking water using bowsers so that the hospital is not affected. The same applies to our clinics and hospitals in Mbare, Edith Obermann, and other clinics in Bare, Bowsers will be deployed to get water to those facilities.
A builder at a school in Harare allegedly teamed up with 6 accomplices and robbed this school of 100,000 United States dollars. Alexio Ruizi, together with Lloyd Mutasa and Munyara Zimatenese, appeared in court on Monday facing robbery charges, while 3 other accomplices are still at large. It is alleged that the suspects tied the security guard at the school using shoelaces and closed his face with a hat before gaining entry into the director's office, where they stole the money. The incident was captured on CCTV, and Patience Namboro gives us an update from the Harare Magistrates Court.
Good afternoon. I am here at the Harare Magistrates Court, where 3 men have appeared in court facing robbery allegations. Now, the court heard that one of the accused, who works at the scene as a builder, hatched a plan with his co-accused to rob his boss. They gained access into the director's office and stole 100,000 United States dollars. CCTV captured the offense, leading to the arrest of the trio. Now, Harare Magistrate Yokai Zula has remanded the trio to this afternoon for their bail application.
At least 30 people died and 24 remained hospitalized yesterday after Friday's explosion at the Hotel Saratoga in Havana. The Cuban Health Ministry has confirmed this development on Saturday. Cuban state media reported 32 dead, and Cuba's presidency said 26 were killed. It's not clear what led to the discrepancy. And now in sports, veteran boxing administrator and promoter Stalin Mao Mao has urged WC Super Bantamweight champion Akudakwasha take money Chiwandire to guard against complacency as she prepares to defend her title in August.
The door is open for Akudakwasha Chiwandire. Absolutely, it is up to her to maintain the highest level of discipline. The problem with our boxers is that when they become popular, it really gets to their heads and they lose it. That is where the problem is. So she has got to meticulously adhere to the highest level of discipline and go back as soon as possible, back into the gym, train harder. Otherwise, I tell you, being a popular figure, with these youngsters, to be honest and frank, at times you end up losing it.
That does it for News Blitz this afternoon. Thanks for watching.